Hey guys, this is Johnny on this new YouTube channel. Basically, I wanted to create some videos about my experiences with nootropics and smart drugs. I just started doing it, or started diving into the world of nootropics, and it's really new to me, and I'm really excited to try more of them and really find a stack that fits me and my lifestyle. Basically, this all started with my friend, who I won't name, but he told me a story about in his past him trying Adderall, and he doesn't need it prescription wise. He tried it recreationally and had a very story-filled experience, a very crazy experience with it, but it was positive. It was just really exciting and crazy for him, and he actually started to feel addicted to it, to that energetic, focusy, like can't stop talking, can't stop moving feeling, and he wanted something to help him get through work and stuff with more energy. He was feeling low, and so he did some research and found this huge world of nootropics online. This, you know how it is with Reddit and the whole community of this kind of stuff. There's a huge community of it here on YouTube. So he told me about it, and I had actually at the time had this big job interview coming up, and so I wish I had it. I wish I had started doing this from the job process, but I'm rambling. Anyways, he told me about it, about this whole world of nootropics and the Piracetam family, Piracetam, however you say it. I started doing research. I started reading about it, watching videos here on YouTube, and really kind of got obsessed. I have a history of being like a techie, nerdy guy. I have another channel on here where I produce music and things like that. I'm really into music and really into playing instruments and singing and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, off to the actual story here. I ordered Piracetam first from Powder City. It's 125 grams, and this was like $10 plus shipping. Super cheap. They have really good, really fast shipping actually for where it came from. It came from Pennsylvania, I think. I live in Indiana, so it came in like 3 or 4 days. It was pretty quick shipping. It came with a little scooper, but the scooper's short. The scooper's like this short, and the bag's really deep, and it's not very full, even though I barely used any of it. You can see kind of in the camera that even when it comes full, it comes like, starts right here. So that little scooper doesn't really do your justice trying to get that out there, so I got a bigger scooper. Took my first dose of it yesterday with that same friend. We got about attack doses and things like that, starting kind of heavy with it. And so we each took 4 grams of Piracetam orally. We just mixed it with some Kool-Aid. It's disgusting. even mixing with Kool-Aid, the Piracetam's very bitter tasting. Just kind of, it doesn't taste like you're eating poison or something, but it's very bitter. Even if you mix it with like juice or something, the best thing I've found is mixing it with your coffee if you're a coffee drinker. I mixed my morning dosage just earlier with coffee and a little bit of creamer and a little bit of sugar, and didn't taste it at all. 3.5 grams into this cup, actually regular, like 12, 16 ounce cup. I filled a little bit with creamer, poured my little dose of Piracetam in, then the coffee, mixed it up. Couldn't taste it. It was awesome. So that's like a really good way to mix this and not have to deal with the bad taste of it, is using coffee. I took that about maybe, 20-30 minutes ago. I'm already starting to feel it a little bit. Basically, the Piracetam helps me focus. It gives me a very confident view. When I first dosed yesterday for the very first time, we did the 4 grams, my friend and I, and then We waited about an hour and not much happened. We were just sitting there talking to each other, hanging out. We didn't feel much. We didn't know if we were going to be non-reactive to it or what. So I was a little worried because I didn't want to have to go out and buy a different one right now, because I don't really need to be buying a bunch if I don't know what's going to work for me or not. And everyone's chemistry in the brain is so different that one might work for one person, and like it might work for him and not work for me, or something like that. So I took a little 3-gram baggie of it with me to work and redosed. I went to work at 2 p.m. I redosed around 4 or 5. So 2 or 3 hours after taking the initial 4 grams, I took an additional 3 grams, mixing it with water and chugging it down, and then chasing it with some soda just to get the taste out of your mouth. And that is when it hit me for the first time. I felt very just energized, very confident. My vision seemed very bright and very almost vivid. And I'm really not trying to exaggerate what happened. I wouldn't say euphoric. It wasn't like a high. It wasn't like smoking or, some drug. It was just like, I felt clear-headed. It's really hard to explain. You watch all these YouTube videos, for someone that hasn't done anything yet and they're watching all these kind of videos of people talking about it, it's really hard to describe, because it's, at least for me, it's new and it's really weird. So it's just it comes on subtle, but then you can definitely feel a difference for hours. Very just focusing. You feel, for me, the biggest thing that I kept coming back is just confidence. I felt just really confident about talking to people, because I was at work. I work in the retail industry, so I'm dealing with customers all day, dealing with mean customers, dealing with nice customers, and all sorts of people. So I naturally have some anxiety issues that I deal with, and this smart drug so far has been positive for me. So this is only my 2nd day starting to do it, and it's just regular Piracetam. In the Piracetam family, there's a bunch of different ones. Piracetam is basically, they invented back in the 60s, I think. It has to deal with neurotransmitters in your brain, and basically letting your brain communicate with itself more efficiently and communicate with your body more efficiently. Now my next step is stacking. That's going to be my next thing. When I gotta wait until this coming Friday, I'm going to be ordering on Powder City's website. I'll probably put it up right here. They have a little sampler pack. It's like $20. It comes with some oxiracetam, aniracetam, pramiracetam, and then I believe a choline supplement, which is very important to take with any of these, just to make sure that you're getting that choline source in your brain so that you don't get those headaches or any side effects like that. That's really the only side effects with these kind of things. They're very safe. This is chemically less toxic for you than table salt. So it's very safe, at least as far as I know. Obviously I'm not a physician or anything, but from the research I've done and the people I've talked to and people I've watched, it seems to be a very safe way to maximize your brain power, I guess. So yeah, this is just kind of just going to document my experiences with this and see what happens. And so I can look back and people can take whatever they want from my videos, if it's learning or if it's laughing at me because I'm weird in front of a camera. I'm sure I'll get used to it, but right now I'm feeling it come on. It's been about 30 minutes since I've taken my dose of 3.5 grams, and I'm gonna redose probably before I head into work this afternoon, and then in the afternoon at work maybe if I need it, but I'm gonna keep it at like only 2 doses a day, because I don't really understand fully the tolerance and things like how that works, if there's tolerance build up or not. But I'm gonna just just try to maintain a regular dosage so I'm not upping it and stuff the whole time. The next step basically is I'm going to order probably a choline source in that sampler pack, but I want to get a better choline. I want to get probably alpha GCP. It seems to be the best reviewed choline online, one of the best at least for purity and potency and everything. I'm going to use that and stack it with this and probably Piracetam, which is a much more potent version of this. Still very safe, very disgusting tasting. I'm gonna stack it with this Piracetam and the choline. That stack seems to be centered around focus and energy and creative thinking and things like that. So it's really just figuring myself out right now. I don't know what will work for me and what won't. I would really like to find something that opens up my mind for creative thinking. That'd be really cool. Very energized. I had a cup of coffee with this Piracetam so I can feel a little bit of jitters, but I think that's normally from the caffeine in the coffee. I usually get a little jittery after coffee anyways. I seem to be a pretty good responder to the Piracetam in general, so I think it's a keeper for me. I'm gonna keep going through this and document it and just kind of share it with the world and see what happens. This is my first video of the series. I'm going to start basically documenting myself as I start to take more nootropics and dive into that world. But yeah, if you're getting into the world of this stuff like me, the best way to do it, I think, is just to go experiment, man. Just go ham on it. Obviously be reasonable with everything. Don't take anything that you're not for sure has been tested by a third party. That's why I like Powder City. All of their substances have been third party tested, which means they have a outsourced company test their stuff to back it up and basically say that it's legitimate and it's pure and it's not something else. It's not a placebo or something. If you are interested in this world of nootropics and smart drugs and things, definitely go into it. Just get regular old Piracetam first. It's one of the least potent of the Racetams. Watch some other videos on YouTube. Watch Steve Cronin's reviews of Piracetam and his other reviews of stacking and things, and kind of just figure out what you want to get out of it first. People with like bipolar disorder or mood disorders can really benefit from these things. So yeah, that's it for this one. I've said that like 3 times. I feel this coming on, so I'm getting really jittery right now. But yeah, subscribe if you're interested in watching my story unfold and see how this all works. But that's it. Thanks, guys.